Hi, so today I wanted to make a video about the peace lily, just a short quick video. I was pruning my peace lily, and so I thought I'd make another video about some of the symbolism and meanings, and so that's what I want to talk about today. Yeah, so like you can see, the blooms have finally come back. I've had it for I think maybe a year, a little over a year now, because I got mine when I was working at Randall's. And, we always have our shipping days, and with plants always came at the beginning of the week, so either Monday or Sunday. And I'd always see the peace lilies, and they'd be so full and beautiful. And we got them in so many different sizes. So, I wanted to get a big one because the bigger ones are just taller, the blooms are so large, and those are the ones that I could really smell, the fragrance. Mine, I don't think mine has any fragrance, really. Let me make sure. No, I can't smell anything with mine, but the large ones would have, a really strong, sweet smell. So I always wanted to get one, but I was nervous because the price was, a bit much for me. This one's was $22. So I was like, oh, I don't want to spend that much. And the smaller ones were $16.99. But finally I got it, so I was happy. And then I was pruning this because I got the blooms, and so I'm like, maybe let me just look it up and do a little video. So yeah. So of course, we call it the peace lily, but I looked up a couple other names. So, the scientific name is the Spathiphyllum, and then I saw the second name is Spathiphyllum wallacei because it's named after the man who discovered it. Which I can't remember his last name, but I'm pretty sure it's it's from Wallasey. I think it's maybe Wallace. I forgot to look up his name, but that's where the second portion comes up. And it's from the Spathiphyllum family. Another name for it is white sails, and then spath flower. Of course, white sails because, looks like on a sailboat. Isn't that cool? So yeah, that's another name for it. And then I learned it's called the peace lily because the blooms resemble the white flags of peace. So you all know, white flags, surrender or truce or, peace. So that's, why we get the peace lily name. Some other meanings for the flower or the plant would be purity, which a lot of white flowers have that meaning, purity, just because white is known as a, healing, pure, the white light. So yeah, of course that makes sense. And then we have healing, tranquility, innocence, peace, rebirth, and it also contributes to a healthy home. And when I think about the peace lily, or when I was looking at it and just, looking it up, for me, it also kind of represents a soul. And when I was working in the floral department, obviously when we had funeral arrangements or any funeral basket, we would always put one of these in there, or a white orchid or something, because they're really great for sympathy gifts. If you ever want to give a gift to someone who's grieving, always a peace lily is a really good idea, unless they have pets that'll get into it or whatever. But that's what I think about with the peace lily. Also, how people say the the sail, the white sail. If you think about a boat in the night, and then you see the sail. Kind of reminds me of a soul like traveling to another world or something. Also, I just saw a movie called The Boy and the Heron, and in a part of the movie they have these little souls. Basically, he goes to a different world where like the timelines are different and he meets this lady who he knows in the other world, but it's a different version of herself, and her job is to take care of these souls that go to the next world. So the blooms, they kind of remind me of that, how they're kind of, it looks like they're floating because they're thin stem, and that's kind of how the soul was. It's like floating up to the next world. So yeah, and it adds also to the innocence, because before we come into our bodies, I don't know, and our souls, it's just pure and innocent light, so that's also another meaning for me. And it kind of looks like a white flame, and fire is cleansing, and then it's like, that's what I get from it, a flame. Oops, I knocked the mic off. But yeah, it's like, that's what it looks like to me. A flame, a sail, a soul. This part kind of looks like a microphone. They also drop a little bit of pollen powder, so you have to kind of keep them clean. But well, that's my dog. You can see I kind of overwatered it because I have a little yellow leaf back here. Okay, so that was just my little 2 cents about it, but also some other things that I love about it is that it's an air purifier, and this plant, peace lily, is actually on NASA's list of air purifying plants. Is in the top 5 for removing pollutants, which is really good. And I'm like, oh my god, that's great. It's a tropical plant, and I love when I look at how it looks in its natural habitat. I think it's really cool how big they get. I think they get like maybe a few feet tall, but of course mine isn't that tall. It'll be a while before it grows that much. I think I read they can live up to like 10 years with really good care, but of course in nature they'll probably last a lot longer. But yeah, I think I'm gonna be repotting it soon because it's been so long. I have it in this natural paper that it came in when I bought it from Randall's. I still have the price tag on here and everything. So I think it's time for a new pot, but I just don't want to mess it up because repotting can be like a serious thing and then you disrupt the root system. So we're gonna see how that goes. But it's springtime, and I read that they like to be repotted every spring, so I think it's a good time to do so. So when I get some soil and start planting, that'll be on my list. But yeah, I'm gonna put it back now. It stays in the corner near the window, and I like to put my plants together with a friend, so I'm referring to her as a she, but she stays with my umbrella plant, which is a lot larger, and so I kind of have them staggered so they can both get their light. And so yeah, it's been a long time, a whole year with my peace lily, and I'm so happy. I'll get another one hopefully soon. Randall's has like the best plants, I feel like, so I'll go back and get Randall's peace lily or garden center or something. But since I keep it indoors, I like to buy it from an indoor nursery. I hope you guys love this peace lily plant as well. If you have any or have have any other tips for me, just let me know. And I'll see you in the next one, my next plant special. Bye bye.